Welcome to Retired, Rewired, and AI Inspired, the channel that helps you use modern AI tools with confidence. I'm Rebecca, and along with my husband Charles, we'll explore ways AI can make life easier, spark new ideas, and help you stay inspired. No degree required. Today, let's talk about how to try AI without getting overwhelmed. Let's go! That tidal wave feeling. Depending how you feel about technology, the term artificial intelligence might make your eyes glaze over just a little bit. It sounds so big, so vague. It feels like a tidal wave of information, new terms, so many acronyms, and new apps and tools appearing every day. It's enough to make you want to retreat from the storm and curl up with a good movie or book. It can feel like you're back in school, trying to figure out which floppy disk goes where. You're not alone. We're all learning, and let's be honest, sometimes it feels like the world went all Star Trek on us. The good news? You don't need to become a programmer, a coder, or even a tech expert to use these tools. Think of AI less like building a rocket ship and more like getting a brand new, super efficient appliance for the kitchen. You don't need to know how the microwave works on a molecular level. You just need to know which buttons to heat up your coffee versus which ones pop your popcorn. The secret to not getting overwhelmed is to attack it in bite-sized pieces. Think crawl first, then walk before you run. We're going to go through 3 simple, practical ways to ease into using AI that will make you feel like you just found a cheat code for a better day. Summary Superpower. The number one easiest way to dip your toe into the AI waters is to use it as a summary tool. This is one of AI's superpowers, and it's a total game changer for information overload. Think about how much time you spend on the internet. You click on an article about the overarching themes in Game of Thrones. Moral ambiguity and the fuzzy line between good and evil, anyone? A recipe in a blog that has 14 pages of personal backstory before the ingredients and directions? Or a 20-minute video on YouTube about how to prune your rose bushes in a specific climate? You're often just looking for a key nugget of information, but you have to wade through all the muddy swamps to find it. This is where you utilize an AI tool like ChatGPT or Google Gemini built into your web browser. You simply copy and paste the huge article or transcript into the chat box and say, summarize this in 3 easy bullet points. We did this last month with the extremely complicated, many-page explanations around the merits of taking early retirement. Instead of spending hours trying to decipher legalese, government verbosity, and individual opinions, I fed several articles and web pages into ChatGPT and directed, summarize the pros and cons of early retirement, for example at 60 instead of 65, like I'm a high school student. Clarify what elements are rules and regulations versus opinions and options. Within a minute, we had 3 simple paragraphs that actually made sense. It felt like we just met with a financial advisor for an early chat, helping us decide if a more in-depth discussion should be on tap. The beauty of the summary is that it has 0 stakes. No, not those kind of stakes. You aren't creating anything. You aren't locking anything in. You're just saving time. It's like using the remote to change the channel instead of walking across the room. It's an easy win. Try this. The next time you see a massive news article or a long email chain, copy the text and ask AI, what are the main points of this? Just that. Nothing more complicated. See how much time it can save you. The mental memory bank. Do you have trouble with the details? No matter your age or background, memory is a tricky thing, so let AI help carry the load. Making it a personalized cognitive archive, a dynamic, searchable, and context-aware external brain. Let's review what ChatGPT stores and how it retrieves information and why it matters. Use AI to store mental context, not just facts. Traditional memory systems, like notes, journals, or spreadsheets, just store data. ChatGPT stores understanding, the reasoning, the tone, and structure behind your ideas. It's like a semantic memory bank rather than a filing cabinet, meaning you don't need to remember the exact phrasing of an idea, just the context. You can rebuild entire workflows or creative patterns just by referencing a project name or goal. Maybe you've been planning a trip to a city you visited many years ago. You've been writing notes for yourself, asking AI questions about best restaurants and train schedules, and maybe even you scanned in a few pictures to do a digital reverse image search to remember where it was that you took them. Today, you want to review all of this material together to see if you can find some of the must-dos on your trip. Ask ChatGPT. Let's continue my trip planning for Italy from the last 2 weeks. It will retrieve everything about Italy, travel tips, travel software, photo opportunities, and more, whatever you discussed in that time frame. It doesn't just remember what you said or typed, it recalls why it mattered. Or let's say you're trying to remember the name of the actor with the mustache who was in all those westerns. You know the one. What's his name? You can describe the scene or the plot of a movie he was in, and the AI will often nail it. You might say, what was the name of the guy who was in that movie with John Wayne, where he played the grumpy sheriff who wore the patch? Chances are, the AI will pull up Robert Mitchum faster than you can say his famous line from El Dorado, "I'm looking at a tin star with a drunk pinned on it." The architecture of ChatGPT and similar AI models is a layered memory design. When you use ChatGPT with memory enabled, it can remember key facts that you've told it over time with your permission. Think of this as 3 tiers. Tier 1, short-term context. Information within a single chat. It knows what you said earlier in the same conversation. Tier 2, long-term memory. Persistent knowledge about you, your projects, tone, and preferences that carries across sessions. Tier 3, external anchors, connected documents, uploaded files, or references that extend your mind into the searchable media. To put it into visual context, it's like combing your immediate memory while cooking, combined with your recipe notebook, integrated with the pantry full of ingredients or ideas that you have on hand. AI can help deliver continuity. It doesn't need file names per se. It reconstructs patterns and intent, which is what makes it a mental search assistant rather than a database. Persuasive prompting. One of, if not the most important concept in using AI is crafting the prompt. At its heart, it simply means what you type into the chat box. It's your set of instructions, and just like making sure you don't turn all your whites pink in the laundry, the more accurate and specific your prompt is, the more useful the information returned will be. There is absolutely room to allow the AI to be creative in its answer, but parameters help keep the train on the tracks. Here's a simple template to make your prompts powerful. Assign a role. Tell the AI who it is. You are a professional chef, or you are a friendly financial advisor. Number 2, state the task. Tell the AI what to do. Create a 7-day meal plan, or recommend the best high-interest savings accounts. Number 3, set the style. Tell the AI how to do it. Make sure that the meals are healthy, but can be made in under 30 minutes, or keep the answers under 500 words, providing a short summary of the features of each account. For example, don't just say, write a speech. Instead, try, you are a local historian who is a little eccentric but very knowledgeable. Write a 5-minute speech for a garden club about the history of our town's oldest public park. Use flowery language and include a cute joke about flowers. This specificity is the magic. The AI knows exactly what to create, and the result is usually pretty on target. And if it's off course at all, you can tweak your prompt and get closer to an outcome that represents what you want. Which one of these 3 simple AI approaches, summary superpower, mental memory bank, or persuasive prompting, will you try today? Let me know in the comments. Are you finding AI less intimidating? Then please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps others find these tips and join our community. Fixing AI fails. One of the biggest reasons people get discouraged with AI is the AI fail. This is when the AI gives you a ridiculous, wrong, completely useless answer. Trust me, it happens to all of us. You ask for a list of local bakeries, and you get a list of the top 10 bakeries in Paris, France. Unless you happen to live in France, that's not very useful to you. The key here is a simple technique called refinement. First, don't get mad, get specific. The AI is always ready to try again. When you get a bad result, you don't start over. You just type a short, refining prompt. If you asked for local bakeries and got ones in Paris, simply type, I do not live in Paris. Please provide only bakeries within 30 minutes of downtown Calgary. The AI remembers the context and will adjust its answer based on your new, clearer instruction. Second, always verify important information. This is crucial. AI tools sometimes provide answers that are incorrect, nonsensical, not based in fact, all of which are a phenomenon the tech world calls hallucinations. These errors occur because AI models predict the next most probable word based on patterns in their training data, rather than accessing a factual database. Factors like biased or incomplete training data and the model's attempt to fill in gaps can lead to these inaccuracies, which can range from minor errors to completely fabricated information, such as non-existent legal cases or false financial data. If you use AI to get stock tips, financial advice, or medical information, treat it like an initial lead, not gospel. If you ask for the opening hours of the local DMV, quickly check the official website. The AI is a fantastic research assistant, but you are still the final editor and fact checker. You're the quality control manager. Make sure you are checking the product. Reviewing the roadmap. The road to using AI without getting overwhelmed is actually quite short. It's not about mastering complex coding or knowing all the jargon. It's about finding small, meaningful ways to integrate it into your daily life. Remember, number 1, start with summaries. Use AI to cut through the noise of long articles and videos. Save time and get the key facts. Number 2, use it as a memory bank. Ask if those hyper-specific questions you can't quite remember the answer to. Use it for travel planning or trivia. Number 3, refine your prompts. Be specific and don't be afraid to correct the AI if it gives you a bad answer. Remember, you've already mastered incredibly complex technologies in your lifetime. As pedantic as it sounds, the VCR did once seem like you might need a degree to program it. AI is just the next layer in technology, and it's actually much more intuitive than much that came before it. The payoff for effort is confidence. Once you start, you'll quickly stop feeling intimidated and start feeling empowered, like you've unlocked a secret cheat code. Now catch that next wave and surf your way into some new skills. AI says watch this video next. Subscribe to stay tuned for what's coming up, and better yet, share this information with your friends. We can all stay curious about AI together.